Picture shining a spotlight on a centuries-old tradition that still sails the icy seas: whale hunting in Japan. Before the first wave hits the hull, here's the hook that drives this video. Why does the country keep up this habit? And how in practice does an animal weighing dozens of tons turn into food? We start at the heart of the operation. A 112-meter ship, almost 9,300 tons, built to ride out storms where the map turns white. It sets off on long expeditions to Antarctica stocked with radars, sonars, and freezers that lock in freshness minutes after a catch. While the gear collects scientific data, the main goal is plain: feed the home market. Hunting calls for a sharp read of the ocean. Trained sailors read swells, look for baitfish clues, and listen to sonar echoes. When a pod shows up on screen, the ship edges closer with careful maneuvers. That's when the explosive harpoon comes in, designed for a quick kill that limits suffering. In the next few minutes, you'll watch every step, from spotting to final prep, and see how ocean know-how, ship engineering, and commercial aims weave together in a practice that still sparks hot debate. Stick around to find out what future the experts see for this tradition. The moment of truth starts when the whale crosses the rail. Every move is choreographed: cables straining, short radio calls, winches singing. Every second counts for crew safety and meat quality. As soon as the animal hits the deck, the cutting sequence begins. First comes the blubber, that thick layer of skin and fat. It may look like waste, but it's not. Sliced thin, it becomes omega-3 rich sashimi. Rendered, it turns into a bold-tasting oil that seasons other dishes. Once the outer layer is off, you see the thick dorsal and tail fin muscles and bones. They head to different spots. The meat gives body to broths for stews and hot pots. The bones go into vats to become gelatin or meal, prized in food and pharma alike. Every stage links like a chain, from careful hoisting to full use of the animal. In the next part, we'll show how the deep freeze locks in freshness and which markets chase these delicacies. Stay close, the details may surprise you. With the back portions already set aside, knives glide toward the belly. Every cut is measured. One slip ruins texture and hygiene. Each slice has its own flavor profile, from the fat-rich belly to the firmer side strips. Beyond taste, there's nutrition. These red fibers pack B12, D and E, plus iron, zinc, and selenium, nutrients that power growth, immunity, and neural function. Right after cutting, meat and fat go into styrofoam boxes. Layers of ice do time's job, keeping freshness until the ship docks and the batch hits the stalls. This is where the question that splits curious eaters and purists pops up. Would you try whale sashimi? The best slices usually come from the back or belly, dark red, glossy, with a bold flavor that blends light fat and a hint of sweetness. Beside it, ivory blubber sheets offer creamy softness with a faint ocean note. We leave whales behind and drop anchor in another marine arena. The shark, a feared predator that also has a steady place in Japanese cooking. Why does it get plate time? And how does such a tough animal reach the chef's counter? That journey starts now. It all begins on small boats far from shore. Fishers play out hundreds of meters of line, each hook baited with fresh fish. Patience is key. When a shark bites, it's controlled force. Haul hard, but don't tear the flesh. The future meal's success starts right there. With the fish on deck, it heads straight to big markets. Workers rinse the body, remove scraps, and separate parts with quick, precise cuts. Fins, prized for their gelatinous texture, go to long simmering pots, meat to sashimi or hearty hot dishes. The rich, oily liver becomes a delicacy in small portions. Moderation is rule since toxins can build up there. The shark rests on the board. The chef scores the skin in straight lines, making equal-sized pieces for sashimi, sushi, or stock. One hand pins the fish to keep the flesh from breaking while the other guides the blade and lifts fillets. The spine comes out whole, then the fish gets a careful cleaning to remove any trace bits. Cuts done, the pieces go into vacuum packs and straight to the chill. Japan favors smaller sharks. Tenderer meat, lower mercury, safer choice. One crowd pleaser, breaded shark cubes. The meat seasoned with ginger and sake, dusted in cornstarch and fried till crunchy. Into the same pan go sautéed onion and carrot. Then the golden cubes, a sweet and sour sauce, a hint of mustard, and spinach leaves. A little starch thickens the sauce till it all comes together in a vibrant dish that contrasts crunch and mild flavor. Picture a sea predator that, after beating deep currents, lands on your plate in translucent slices. That's shark sashimi. The process is quick, skin off in a few strokes, even slices laid out beside grated daikon, shiso, seaweed, wasabi, pickled ginger, and a splash of soy. Those pieces hold high-value protein, vitamins A and D, iron and zinc, a package that feeds and surprises. But it's not all shine on the board. Demand for meat and fins pressures whole populations, reminding us that protecting sharks keeps the seas in balance. Mindful eating is part of the experience, too. Since we're talking discoveries, get ready for the next stop. The dragon sturgeon. Behind the scenes in Japanese kitchens, we'll see how it's cleaned, cut, and turned into dishes that bring families together. Before buying, check the details. Scales intact and shiny, clear eyes, a fresh sea smell. The flesh, firm and pink, should spring back after a light press. The dragon sturgeon hits the board like a silver puzzle. The scene opens with the chef steadying the head while, tail to top, the knife scrapes off each scale in long strokes. A quick rinse, a cut near the gills, guts out. The anatomy appears. Now, the fillet. The knife runs close to the spine to the tail, the fish flips, same on the other side. Tweezers pull the last pin bones, scraps of skin and fat disappear. 2 clean fillets remain, ready for whatever the kitchen chooses. Inside them, protein, omega-3, vitamin D, selenium, iodine, zinc, nutritious fuel highlighted without preaching. We switch sets and the opah or moonfish appears. The chef frees the flesh around the jaw, lifts cuts that seem tailor-made for flexible recipes. In a hot pan, these pieces brown. Diced onion and tomato sauce join, and the rising steam already signals flavor. Time to turn the page and meet 2 new leads. First the mysterious monkfish, then the swift mahi-mahi. Monkfish, the anko that falls apart in layers. The scene opens with a blade scoring a ring around the head. The chef grabs the edge, lifts the fish, and gravity peels the skin in one move. That collagen-rich layer will go to cosmetics and supplements. On the table stay meat and bones for the next step. Before moving on, the huge mouth is removed. Sharp teeth can mess up delicate cuts. Next, the back fillet takes center stage. Firm texture, mild taste. Thin slices turn into sashimi that almost melts on the tongue. Beside it, the lightly seasoned liver steals the show in just a few bites. Mahi-mahi, the golden fish that leaps from blue to plate, change the backdrop. Vibrant colors, sleek body, white flesh with a sweet hint. Catching mahi-mahi takes skill and sharp eyes. Nets, trolling, or hand lines work until the fish gleams on deck. From there, almost anything goes. Fresh sashimi, delicate sushi, a quick grill or sauté that starts crispy and ends tender. When the boat docks at dawn, ice-packed boxes head straight to the stalls. There, mahi-mahi changes hands. On steel boards, long knives strip skin and bones in one stroke. If it's bound for a stew, each steak gets a quick sear until brown. Then, a diluted soy broth thickens over low heat, soaking deep savory into every fiber. The camera now races to Toyosu Market, stage of the bluefin tuna. Before sunrise, buyers judge color, texture, and shine under bright lamps. The bell rings. In seconds, big money trades hands, and the world's most sought-after fish changes owners. You can't open the giant with just any blade. The tuna knife, forged by master smiths, blends high-carbon steel, long tempering sessions, and a fine wood handle. Surgical precision that turns tons into palm-sized cuts. The blade sets up for the last act. First the tail comes off, then the head, but the cheeks, the prized kamatoro, are saved with care. Next, the body splits into 3 parts: top loin, bottom loin, and belly. With each pull, the chef controls angle and pressure to protect freshness. The top loin slides off in one clean sweep. The fat-rich belly gets extra care, skin removed, impurities gone with every pass of the knife. With the 3 sections apart, the tuna heads to varied uses. Part becomes delicately sliced sashimi, another goes to frying, grilling, or steaming. Even so, it's the belly that steals the show: soft texture, intense flavor. So, did you enjoy sailing through these ocean flavors with us? Drop a like to boost our next dive, tell us in the comments which step caught your eye, and hit subscribe so you don't miss any chapter of the stories we're already cooking up. See you in the next video.